nice today. I can't imagine my price today. Niggas been thinking for ice today. Never been thinking for price today. Life seasonally, I cannot think about scrutiny. I make my flame my business. I'm a brand of my business. Life seasonally, I cannot think about scrutiny. I make my flame my business. I'm a brand of my business. I don't smoke.
Okay. Alright. So as I've looked at the traits of politics, more especially student politics before. I've looked at PASMA, I've looked at other political structures. Yes. And I saw you guys have different names based on how you guys were playing your role.
Yeah.
We have Tau, which means he was a giant in politics for Azab. Yeah. Now we have Kawe, which means no, we believe and hope graduates be able to, they will conquer whatever situation that maybe you will be advocating for.
Yeah.
So, Kawe, PASMA was, I would like to start off there, you being a PASMA chairperson.
Yes.
Looking at the traits of political structures and political spectrum, based on your opinion and perspective, I just want to know, PASMA was a very big organization and structure for this campus.
Yes.
I've seen videos, maybe 26 prior.
Yes.
You guys were closing the campus, closing everywhere. Yeah, so I just want to know, what's your take? What do you think now PASMA is no longer active as it used to?
No, thanks. Yes, my name is Kawe Zadla Mkwente, a man with two surnames, of course. One day I will elaborate why these two surnames. Thanks for that question. Hey, you take me back to the struggle. The old days, yeah. When I joined politics, what can I say? I never campaigned for any position in my life since I've been active in leadership, because my leadership started back at home when I was still in high school, where I used to present, of course, as learners.
True.
Yeah, I was in SRC for Kubuluwazi Kumbani school. Yes. It started prior from being class rep. While you're class rep, you are tasked with a certain thing. And I'm also in sports. I'm a captain. Then people will be like, our captain is cow. And then I never think Uri is gonna take me until that's far. Because to me it was just representing, because I was vocal, of course. But with content, I was not a hooligan. Even today I still encourage my forces to say whoever supports Kawe must be a person who's disciplined in society, because I believe in a disciplined leadership, because people who inspire me in leadership, the likes of Robert Sobukwe, they were very disciplined. The likes of Nkwame Nkrumah, from president for Ghana, he was very disciplined. And look at a document like like I'm referring to the one that I read, Sun Tzu. If you look at Sun Tzu, it tells you that there's a command, you must be disciplined so that your troops are able to take your commands. I was that person who doesn't need a squad. To
do things your own.
Something I can. Three of us here, we can make things happen here, because I'm a strategist again. Yes, I'm not a commissar, because a commissar is that person who will be singing and able to unpack in politics. But yes, so
you're not embodied in titles.
In titles, no. Even today. Take me back to PASMA now, the Pan-African Student Movement, the one that shaped my mind, and political conscience, of course. Okay, sharp. I'm coming from the home that politics also play a vital role in my family. My father was a Rastafarian, while also is a black consciousness, was a people of Bigo. My mom was a stalwart member of the ANC Women's League and ANC even today. So there's Kawe now who comes on board and become a Pan-Africanist. And then I subscribe in a Pan-Africanism as an ideology because of who I am. It represents me personally. I live Pan-Africanism. My ideas are not for personal gain. I always think for other people. That's what inspires me. When I see somebody struggling, then first thing that comes to my mind is a solution. How do we overcome such a problem? That is why you find me in different aspects: politics, social clubs, churches. I'm that person who normally provide solutions. That's why I said I'm a strategist.
Looking back at the politics of your times,
yes,
it's different from the politics of today.
Yes, highly different.
Yeah, very different, because it is today's politics. It is so as if now leaders are no longer active. They want clout, they want to be seen, they want to be celebrities on campus. So looking at your life, hearing you saying that maybe you live when at your minimum wage, even if you have a title.
Yes.
Hence now you don't impose yourself in classes, you're not a commissioner. So now, what do you think the political spectrum for today's life daily basis will put students in crisis into?
These days, we normally support a person just because how deep is your pocket. We don't look at what you are going to provide in terms of your leadership skills. Yeah, we look on money. And normally people just come from nowhere just because you have money. I will not generalizing this, but precisely in TUT, these days, to become a leader, you need to have money.
True.
That's how they classify you as a leader. But now, should you now say, come on board, we have this crisis, are you going to be capable to provide solutions? No. History does not leave any blank pages. History taught us that even now, you pay testimony with me. Comrades, they've been in power since your arrival in TUT. There's nothing that tangible that you can say, you know what, this comrade or this commander, you have delivered student. No, but you'll find comrades in places of young people celebrating expensive whiskeys. Tomorrow the very same person cries that he doesn't have this and this and that. Of which is not wrong for young people to entertain themselves, to refresh. It's not wrong. But now it becomes wrong when we make that fashionable. I'm that person who normally will tell you that let's work first and then enjoy after. True. Yeah, let's work first, because how as a leader come here and then have fun while there are crises inside.
So now, hence you said you never contested for anything for your life, in your life blueprint. Now you've taken a posture to say, no, let me go in for convocation. Let me go in there, let me put my whole self out. Let me see whether my discipline that I've been embodying myself into for years, will it come forth now for convocation? Why do you think you're the best candidate for this? But first, before we enter to that, for the person who doesn't know convocation, what is convocation?
Yes, convocation is one of the structure that as comrades that we deem fit to see that it also take place on our campus. Convocation, precisely in a short one sentence, is a structure that consists of graduates. It represents graduates. It's much different from SRCs, your political structures. No. This one is much better than those ones, because now it also needs you as an individual to shape your mind. We are an academy, so we don't behave as if now we are still there at mass meetings. No. Here we produce policies. We outsource funding to able to assist the graduates. There's a lot that is happening. Yes, there are office bearers within the convocation. There's president, there's deputy president, there's registrar as Nopala. There's also other portfolios, including the Senate, and so convocation in a nutshell is that's a structure that consists of graduates. Because many people will ask, I'm not registered, but you are a graduate. Yes, automatically you are a member of that particular structure, and then you must be active on convocation. We don't also look at convocation as as if it's a SRC wannabe structure. No. Here we deal with serious matters that are challenging graduates.
It's not a letter of gaining popularity, just like SRCs.
No.
It's different.
It's highly different.
Because now, if you say that to me, it sticks in my mind that it's very sensitive. This thing.
Very.
This is the edge whereby
Very.
it's an edge for my career. I'm done.
Of course.
You know? So I'm done. Now I'm being held by the fees that I owe.
Yes.
So now, if a person will come and say, I just want popularity, I want to leave a blueprint, I want to be remembered in history of TUT. Now that person is not right for that position.
Let me take you back. Yes, I started to be a PASMA chairperson in a higher level. I became also it was deputy chairperson of Sport Council. Let me take you back on how we deal with this. When our arrival, there was financial exclusion policies. There were academic exclusion. These two policies, many people they were dropped out because of these two policies. Then there's how as a chairperson fighting the system, saying access to education. Let me take back on when I was with Forces of PASMA. Way back then, I won't mention the year because I think yourself were still crawling by then. Then what happened? We were at House 5 in South Cambus when we said, comrades, we need more access. Then we were comrades to say, how? We said, no, TUT right now is at 12,000 and a student enrolled in Soshanguve alone. How can we increase the number? How is the strategy, as you mentioned?
You said.
With other key comrades, whom some of them they were senior comrades, some they were junior, some they were just NEC and comrade outside the university. Because when you deal with this, when you touch issues of policies, you must benchmark. Also, you must not apply common sense. No. We always opt for logic. Now we said no. What about we have a block course, afternoon classes? We introduced a versatile broadcasting by then. Because there were a certain number of prospective students who will come to a varsity and return back without a space. The space to get a space was luxury. To have NSFAS was luxury. To have accommodation was luxury. I used to celebrate just to they have accepted me for these three things. It was tough. Then now that's how then.
The strategy.
How now is coming until comrades, senior comrades, they see that there's potential in this person. They started to take me close to them. They started to tell me, to groom me, and further make me to familiarize myself with the university policies. Because you can't be leading this campus. You come from nowhere. There are people who are coming from nowhere. They want to lead this campus, but they don't even want a single policy. Because if we were to say now, let's talk about the policies that then have a negative impact on our student. The person can't say anything because the person just came here for advanced diplomas. But now the person never chose TUT, meaning TUT is not on his or her heart. I'm a son of TUT Soshanguve campus. I'm a product. When I'm saying I'm a son, I'm saying that I grew up in this campus, in this university. Whatever that is happening in this university, I will tell you, because it comes. It's a inhliziyo yami bancane umuntu ozokhuluma bad ubhek my TUT, because I know TUT he has produced people who are graduates, he has produced people today who are leading in a position of influence. We're coming from destitute families.
We have these young leaders now who bet them out TUT because of Ezaka. So I just want to know, moving alongside to what you've said, you don't move along with people who bet Mount TUT because it's in your heart. So now there's a crisis of Ezak, and graduates will also face that at some point. We're going to know my certificate is held because Ezak I failed to pay. So it's no longer NSFAS students.
Let me take you back 2013 when I was a deputy president general in the institutional SRC. We had 150 students all over the TUT who had on the waiting list for NSFAS. Then there were time whereby now we have to go to management and say, together we can do something, and then we will seek for sponsorship. We got almost, if I'm not mistaken, it was 389 million. The man that we were looking for, it was 210 million. There was extra money. Within a week, if I were to tell you that it's possible, it's a matter of a political will for an individual to do a right thing. Right now we have leaders who don't research. We have leaders who don't consult. Reason being, we are co-opted in that position. There's somebody who have money who's telling you what to do, what not to do. So there's no political will.
So who funds you, controls you?
Controls you, of course. Who fit you controls you, you like it or not, because once you start to think that you have arrived, that person close the tap. What you are going to drink, you will suffocate alone. Then when you suffocate, what do? You become a criminal. How do you become a criminal now? You steal from the poor. There are SRCs that steal from the poor. There are SRCs that don't deliver. Once you don't deliver, meaning that now you are betraying the masses. That is why today we have this number of students or graduates who currently have debt. 2013, we had similar cases. After we managed the 150, there was money that was left. They asked me management because I was acting president general by then. My brother system dealt with him.
For social over campus?
No, for the whole duty. Yeah, no, I'm not new in leadership, comrades.
Hey, I'm sitting with another person,
I'm not new in leadership. The very same council that you are engaging about, I said when I was still an acting president.
So you saw the gaps?
I saw the gaps. I filled the gaps. Within 3 months, I'm saying that money was there.
Now you're coming back for them.
Then when I'm coming back, I'm not coming maybe to fight. Already coming because I've made my research to close the gaps again. I know which party they need to press. They need that this young, energetic leader who will conscientize even the whole council to say, council, chairperson, VC, this is a challenge that we have. What about we do 1, 2, 3 so that we can able to close this? I think TUT currently is at 1.6 billion where outstanding fees that students need to pay. They owe the university 1.6 billion. How do we then arrive in that, man? Remember when we count this one, we count also those ones of TNG and CCE. Because it's a merger 2004. Now that merger, everything that was left there for those technical colleges, now TUT has to deal with those issues. So now we count everyone. And then now, there were those ones of 2009 who have outstanding, of which are able to cater those ones with the man that was left. Say, comrades, through the office of NSFAS, come for historical debts to clean your debts. And it happened. Let me tell you, on that particular year, money was left again. The very same money, those millions were left again untouched. What? Come again. It was August, roughly, around August. What do we do with this money? Because it has to be used for the same. If you want to use this one, once it go back to NSFAS next year is going to decrease.
So what did Kabe do?
Now I'm out of ideas now. I counted, can you calculate how many students of NSFAS? By then, NSFAS beneficiaries were 15,000 something. But I still recall that's 15,000. The number increased to 25,000 of NSFAS beneficiaries. Because there was money. We did what we're supposed to do. If you look at our manifesto when I was a chairperson, I was pushing my manifesto by then. Yes, it was political. I mustn't try to shy away from the truth. Everything that we were doing, it was political because ours was we were pushing socialism. And by socialism, we leave no one unattended. We said we share. Anything that is there, student must share. Then what happened then now? Student debt were sealed. Agree, there's a paradigm shift in leadership. There's new ones who are coming on board, coming with ideas, coming with new approach. you reverse what is working. Sometimes we tend to broke the system. Us, because now you enter the system only to find thinking that we are fixing the system and we are breaking the system. How? There were policies that we left in the end to transform the university, because ours was to transform the university. Completely reverse those things. If I recall in that particular year, after there was a question that you asked, what happened with that man that's left? I said, give students to go to their meal account. It was funny because there was, if I recall, there was a prof who said, that's gonna be a suicidal move for a leader to say this man must go back. That we have covered the accommodation, we have covered everything, outstanding debts. Then we are saying that this money must not go back. Then for the safety that it mustn't go back, give them for meal, and there was a meal allowance. General meal allowance was on the 25th. This one of top up was on month end. Let me tell you, we had a less number of dropouts in that particular year, no exclusion, because students were happy. For you to make students to pass and focus on academic, don't stress them about such things. Student needs to be money, accommodation, exactly those things. Then you will see there will be no fail rate on campus. As a HOD in my department, I won't be bothered that I've got a serious dropout, because they are dropouts, Brian.
So they are dropouts until you're the first person to tell me this?
No, they are. Because of such financial challenges, social challenges, because these offices that's supposed to handle these matters, people there in those offices are relaxed because there's no one who wake them up.
Now this is the thing that I saw in my coming here into UT. Looking back, because I'm a person who likes history, who likes stories. So I went back, I saw that you guys were fighting massively, fighting for a small issue. But now we have issues that are big, but there's no fight. There's nothing is happening.
It's because who feed you controls you.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Imran.
Me.
You are exposing us now. Brown envelope. Yeah, we'll process you. If you don't want brown envelope, we'll process you. You'll go home. And there already some they used to tell me that you're gonna go home. I said, well, some of us were willing. We are not here by mistake. This thing is a calling to us. So if you there's Sembiso Sol who's currently working for SAPC, if I'm not mistaken. He once interviewed us on a journalism at the studio. Said comrades with another comrade. He said, comrade, you've been here for so long. What's your problem? I said to him, leader, yes, it's correct. We have been here for so long because there's a purpose, we have the objective to ensure that all these masses, they must graduate, and then we graduate after. He said, how is that possible? You guys at home, they are not expecting you something. Because some of us, where we come from, they know our role in a society. They know the consequences. So once you involve in this might be the results.
True.
So if you open up, even not your parents, to say, I'm involved in this, they will support you even there. Now myself, I receive a huge support from my family. They understood me even prior, when I was still in high school, when I used to close gate and change the whole uniform and say this uniform, no, it's a uniform of colonialism. Yeah, so we don't want black and white. We want the one that looks like the one of old school. But then I was still young. So I was admiring a good thing from those ones because I wanted to measure their standard. Of course, not to look like them, but to measure their standard. Even when it's come to academics, my school, we're doing massive. When it's come to sport participation, when you open the parliament, they used to call my school to come for those ones of it's maturity and traditional dance. It used to be my school coming from all the way from Mpumalanga, Volksstraat to Union Building to do such things. Going to China, we were everywhere.
You're very active.
Yeah, because we said you want excellence.
So you being very active and you being you, saying no, I'm Kawe, I will follow my name.
Yes.
Have you ever been tried to be expelled in the institution just because now you fought and advocated for the people?
Many times. Many times. And even suspended many times. But at the end of the day,
just like about Kilo?
No, not in that way, because mine was unique, because I used to close the campus and demand management on boardroom.
Sure.
Yeah, even if they don't want to come to Shagove, we used to go to Bankley's somewhere in Pretoria North. If not Bankley's, we'll go to Manhattan Hotel to engage on issues, because we sign memorandums, we do everything, we even foster agent meetings by then. But now things have changed. That's why I said the approach of other comrades and our approach were totally different. So Tina, we believe as Pan-Africanists on engaging. Before even decide to close gates, closing gates, it was our last option, where we exhausted all avenues to try to say, let's talk, let's solve this. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a good thing when we see comrades being victimized.
So currently there's a president in TUT Rand. He has been expelled.
Yes.
So I don't know, maybe is it his way of learning according to the political spectrum, or maybe he deserves it?
No. There's no any student leader deserves to be expelled on the university precisely when he's fighting for a genuine call. At that particular moment, what he believed in, it was a genuine call for him. But sometimes as a manager, you need to go and open platform for such leaders, because they're still young. Don't suppress them, don't kill them, but groom them, saying that, comrades, raise your matters this way. Don't be like this. But now our management opt to say, let's just get to this one, so that the university will just run as normal as it is. No, we were not saying that it should be like that. I'm not even at any given time, even if tomorrow I can be a VC, I won't be that VC that is scared of masses. No. Now I'll be walking freely here, without police, without securities, to show that I'm managing processes here.
You are in the ground.
I'm on the ground. Whoever wants to engage me must feel free to engage, because now we have this management who kill politics. That's why today we don't have comrade. Soshanguve, or in general, used to be respected here in South Africa.
Yeah, I know.
It used to be respected
When
because comrades, they were raising content. Whatever that they were raising, it was genuine call. We were not want to be popular, populist or bourgeoisie of some sort, or wannabes. No. We fought for masses. Things that we demanded, they are implementing them today. Funny enough, there's Doc who said, hey, you guys wasted time, but each and everything that you fought for, I'm surprised why today they are implementing those things. Cargo, and it's because our visionary people will lead, because we are a vision. We see things not here, far. We start to plan now.
Julius Malem said we are giraffes.
You are giraffes. You see things like on top of another giraffe.
So coming back to convocation, my brother, I too, I will be graduating. I don't know when.
Yeah.
So there are causes maybe myself I left behind.
Yes.
That maybe I failed to inquire in passing.
Yes.
So I just want to know. Someone said I went to the manager. I went to a certain place to credit my modules. Then they told me, these calls are old.
Yeah.
So I just want to know if maybe let me just make it an example. Like maybe let's just say I failed introduction to politics.
Yes.
Then 5 years prior.
Phase out that course.
So I know I passed. Let me just say I failed, but now the code has changed. So I just want to know, how would you be dealing with that issue of credentials?
The issue of credentials in terms of that one, I think it goes back to the accreditation. Because yes, now we also as students, we need not to be ignorant. Yeah, things changes, guys. And then even our curriculum and our syllabus, it must measure the one of the country. Yes, because these things is not that they wake up and then tomorrow they want to implement. They plan, they go certain seminars where they plan all these things. Even Parliament has to approve some of the things. SACO must be involved. There's a lot of councils that are involved in this. But now it becomes a problem whereby you don't communicate with your students. To conscientize them again, saying that, guys, you are only left with 3 years to do this course, because after 3 years, it's going to be phased out. And once it phases out, it means that when you come back, you must go back to level 1. The issue here, it was a communication barrier from those who have information without circulating the information on the ground. Because whatever information that you have, must make sure that you communicate with the one at the back. Because now what we are saying is true. Even myself, I don't want to lie here, trying to sound smart. These are the things that we must also conscientize our council to say. If the information that after 3 years, it's going to hinder progress to our student. Communicate it now. Because when you phase out a qualification, already you have 10 years to say in these 5 years, a first year, we will be studying maybe, we will be, in fact, for diploma is 6 years.
Yeah.
To phase out the course, we'll add another 4 years.
Sure.
For education, this ones of PTEC is 8 years.
Yeah.
To phase out, you have to add another 4. So, communicate with this person when you still a first year, because when you know that this thing is going to change as time goes. I think also my course was more or less the same, because when I come to TUT, I was specializing, but it ended up studying a technical education. But I was a specialist. So being a specialist, and then now things change, but I was only a name and a course code that changed. But you guys, yeah, we are affected drastically, because now a diploma, now there is an advance, it's no longer a PTEC. Then there's a lot that is happening. I think in your case, it's a matter of communicating. Yeah.
So here, and I love the fact that you you look at the first years, okay, from first years moving forward.
Yeah.
So I just want to know. Now let's just say I passed from first year,
yes,
second year,
yes,
and third year.
Yeah.
So I just want to know, you are advocating for VC for graduate.
For graduate, yes.
Here you are now. Do you guys implement new jobs in that portfolios of yours? Do you take them to this is a vacancy, or you just show posters?
That rumor is lies. In fact, it's criminal. I normally say it's criminal when a person deals with a sensitive matter. Since matters of employment are very sensitive and personal.
And your position is very sensitive.
And the position that you are at is very sensitive again. So don't just talk about employment haphazardly without facts. Okay, let's go back to convocation. What does convocation does? We said let's do partnership with these departments and companies in the private sector, public sector. So be it. Entrepreneurs must come on board. Stakeholders in gas must come on board. Because this university does not serve us alone, it also serves the community. There are people who are playing a vital role in the community that you need to partnership with.
Yeah, true.
You are also ensuring that you are empowering even them, because you have all the tools of empowering people with skills. So that is why you are saying, don't talk ill of haphazardly. Know your story. When you are saying that,
employment rate.
if in that department, for example, I'll make a typical example, in the department of energy, there's a space. That information that is not supposed to circulate up until it get to the hands of a person who's studying education, because a space there, we need people who deal with electricity, for example. Then go to the department of engineering, of electrical engineering. Circulating, the department must able to see, okay, we have these 15 graduates, or these outstanding students who pass with cum laude, for example. Why can't we just recommend them? Remember, we are not saying that take them, get, because that would be a nepotism on off. True. But saying that this is a number of students that we have, kindly have accessed them or have engaged them. You guys apply. There's a post in that department. This information sharing, because we have a good networking with that department. That's why we're saying even a private sector is the same thing. We have people who are in business, it's the same thing. Yeah. Don't say, bring your CV in the general service. No, because we would end up a person who's not a target market applying, and then every day we say, these ones that down. Just because the information that when you circulated, you never spoke with the direct people. IT department, IT companies, IT department. If in that IT department they want also people of mechanical, because now they will be machine boards, it's supposed to be welded and what, engage them. If it's the issue of public sector in terms of maybe public administration, we have public administration in Polokwane, we have another one here in Soshanguve, engage the department. The department must seek to say the information goes to their students.
I can see you have passion for this, and you've been planning and strategizing this thing for a very long time.
Of
So
course.
I just want to know, with your energy and effort that you are putting into this, hence all of the people all the candidates and yourself, are contesting for this position. If when possibly you don't win, how would that affect you emotionally? How would it affect you as a being? Would you come back again?
It's not about me. Remember, I said I never
Contested
or saying that they canvass for a certain position. It still goes back to people. I'm a person of people. That's why my campaign is a people's campaign, because people decide. We take mandates from the people. We critique the mandate. We engage. We convince each other where we're supposed. We disagree. We agree where we're supposed to agree.
Yeah.
Because even masses can be wrong, majority can be wrong. Remember that. I'm that person who, whenever you give me a mandate, also I will question you. Why this? So that I can able to get another view from your side. Not to say, hey, go and close the gate. Then I run and close the gate. No, we don't do like that. So our challenge here right now, we have graduates who don't have qualifications. We have graduates who have outstanding fees that caused by the very same system. Remember, we must distinguish these four things. We have graduates here who are using cash.
True.
We have graduates who are using bursaries, different bursaries.
True.
We have graduates here who are using NSFAS. And then now, these graduates, 3 of them, they are in a different zone, and their cases of merit are different.
True.
The one that's caused by NSFAS, the university must deal with it, because who distribute the money?
The treasurer.
The CFO, of course. Because how a CFO distribute with the director of NSFAS sitting in the committee of finance? They engage, they know how many students they've enrolled, they know how many students they've accepted. Because once NSFAS bring money to university, they know which number. Remember, what do we do? I told you about the benchmarking. We used to use Mzinda during our time, because Mzinda, resident of Mzinda, here the one were 12,000. But at Mzinda were 16,000 by then. So when you benchmark, we use the one of Mzinda because the one that is expensive. Imagine here, this one is 12,000. There's money that will be left here.
True.
There will be money, I think it will be 6,000. 6,000 will be floating, because this one is 12,000, that one is 18,000. And as far as when now gives you money, it gives you money with the code of Mzinda. Right now, university must seek to see which this private resident that is expensive.
Shaga, maybe.
I'm not saying that is Shaga. I'm not saying any name.
Yeah, Shaga is very beautiful.
But it's beautiful, but we don't know which is how much per student. Let's say them, whoever may be.
Yes.
Then now, the rest of or let's say Heroes resident or accommodation is 35,000 annual. You guys, maybe yours is Moma 28. I can't use you. I must use the one of Kawe, because my students that reside in accommodation in Kawe are the ones who are paying a vast exorbitant fees.
Yeah,
do you get what I'm saying?
I do.
Then now, who distribute this money now after? And it's first said, oh, is this one? And we have accepted, for example, 25,000. Then there's this 35. This 25 must multiply by 35. Sakulma ngeres. Fees now. Which course in TUT has higher fees? The whole TUT.
Maybe it's go engineering.
Journalism. Yeah.
Journalism is very expensive.
Yeah. At our time it was journalism before even engineering. It was journalism because the equipment and what those gadgets thing, they were way expensive. There was journalism. I'll talk about social movements. Journalism, and number 2 was IT. Yeah, and then will be education, and public was more or less by then, because there's no many things. Because I get there's technical subjects. True. So budget is
very high.
Yeah. So okay, I say journalism, 2020-23, your fees for first year is 40,000. Remember, we're 40,000 plus 35,000.
True.
That makes 75,000.
Were they paying for the pass?
For manual. Again, says we speak about the resident.
Oh.
Those who reside in yes, we said initially it's 35,000 plus this 40,000 of tuition fees. Now we talk about the academics. Then now it's 75 on all in all. Then how much do they get on for meal allowance now? You say roughly every monthly is 1,000 rand. We are making an example here.
Yeah.
Then meaning 75,000 plus 1,000, that makes 76,000. That must go to tuition. We talk about the first year student at tuition. Remember when you do your third year, fourth year, your subject, they decrease, meaning you are no longer at that amount.
Sure.
Then we take the one of first year times with the number of intake of 25,000, meaning 76,000 times 25,000 now. This is a man that me in NSFAS, I will say I'm popping in the NTTA TUT, for example, to cover all the fees. Then there's this cow in the office who's incompetent. When he's supposed to distribute the money according to what they've received, he started to delay payments. When now he's under pressure with payments now, student must face exam now, payments at October. That October, all payments must be done on system so that it clears and then auditors they can start to do their job.
Another one for next year.
Now this system down. Ended up now having outstanding fees. I signed the loan agreement form, and other thing that we fought up until we never won the backlog. Remember, we didn't won everything. It must be noted that we tried. NSFAS, when you sign loan agreement form, it doesn't tell you that they're going to pay 100%. There's clause that
we don't read.
We said one day, no man, why is not stipulated that it's 100% this thing? But we assume that once you sign a loan, it's 100%.
The only thing we want is
because
man.
I will pay 100%. Then it leaves you with outstanding fees. Then that's why we're in this dilemma today. We're in this challenge because of incompetence of someone to distribute money accordingly to what they requested to NSFAS. Because remember, when you during January, that is why January, February, you don't get anything from NSFAS.
Yeah. I was coming there.
Your system, you close your system. Once you close the system today, tomorrow you assess how many students, how many first years. Already you have planned that you want 5,000 first years for the whole TUT, for example. You have a plan. Once you reach that quota, you know what you want. There's that departmentally top fees. Requisition. We have this 1,000. We have this number of students. And as far as okay, TUT, we have this. This is your money. Remember, anyway, we're number one in South Africa to utilize NSFAS beneficiaries because we have a huge number of contact classes in TUT. Then all these mishika things. Let me tell you. There's no wheel here.
You can't get out.
And they were trapped in a red rate because now where you sit as a first year, your fees are cost 80,000. I was so surprised that they're 80,000 all in all. NSFAS decided not to pay this year, but they grant you a permission to register for the second year. Remember, you have outstanding.
You have to pay 20% or 10% for that amount.
Then after they sit and they say, there's this code now, we'll punch this code when because you have NSFAS, automatically the system will gonna grant you an access. You can able to register now. But that 80,000 is not paid. There's another 75,000 this year. That might be paid 75% of it. It also I was so surprised to see a person who's owing 150,000. And I was like, Mrena, even if I want to help, I can't. When I pila, no go system, but you are not gonna make it. Even there's no one there right now who can give you a loan of 150,000 to settle your fees. That is how now, comrade, we come to the issue that is currently happening, whereby NSFAS said, no, send us this number of students. We want to pay them because it's our fault. At least now they've accepted that it's their fault.
Yeah.
But how they manage these things is still questionable. Mina, where I'm sitting now, I see this as I can say there's corruption that is involved. because you can't say students must send their things. You have that database. Why should students send things? Or you should call them, say that get email. Why if there's something they do send us SMSs and emails? Send them an email. Make it in a public domain or public website of TT notice board saying that if you graduated from this year until this year, maybe I can come as a donor saying that now I want to pay people who graduated 2016 until 2022. Call these people because you have their information on your system. Why are you saying that people who are going to quote you for in? Because you know my details. You have my details on the system. You know how much I owe. Call me, make it known there that if you graduated from this and this, you can even drop a student numbers whereby there's an option. This is the University of Technology. You just type your student number. It tells you there you must come and receive.
But there's no technology.
There's no technology because they don't want to use it. So that people will go this queue so that corruption and money laundering will be happening. Some of the things are done intentionally. And it's a system of democracy. It's like that.
I would really love
the system so that we benefit on the system. We collapse it intentionally so that we benefit the system is.
Yo, Carl, I would really love to chat all day, but time is against us. You know, but I just.
How do you feel then after if you don't? Because that's a question. No, I would feel like this. My why I'm saying this. No, man, we've been even in congresses where we lost congresses, but we still supported those who were there. Even if I don't win, I'm still going to support those ones. I'm still going to share my policies. Already I've got 2 policies.
You won't hold them by both?
No. We don't do that. We don't do that. Not unless you went there to enrich yourself. You think that you outsmart everyone. No. Remember, it's a committee on its own. It's not about Kawe. It's about the whole council. Because once I form part of the council, I'm a council member. Even if I can lobby my ideas and my policies, the council will decide. But my people on the ground, they will know that this is a policy that Kawe has. One, to talk about the one of how then do we help or meet graduates halfway.
In terms of resources? In terms of
resources and prepare them for work environment, because we must prepare our students. The council must seek to say, I do have a policy, but I won't mention it here, Maran. After convocation, feel free to engage me so that I can disclose how do we assist our because now once I do it, they will hijack like the one of success rate coordinators. Success rate coordinator, they hijack that one. They've been hijacking policies here. After they implement it, collapse because it's not your policy. It's not your policy. I've got 2 right now. I'm still looking at this other one, but I'm still benchmarking and consulting other people on, because what benchmarking, I believe in benchmarking what works to other campuses and then we see dividends. We must borrow. Don't do plagiarism, but go to them and ask them, how do you manage 1 and 2? This private resident at the main gate that collapsed, and the one in Harango where the gate. I was forming part and parcel of benchmarking these 2 residents in Cape Town, in Stellenbosch, in Visit, because the cheap material that we saw there to build these things, we wanted the whole university to build their residents inside university. But the clever people decided otherwise. Actually, no, I think maybe they were going to do some means to make sure that it passed. Because Swane said, no, this your structure has failed. Sure. Yeah, because you guys, you just do your shenanigans there. You never follow the protocol, the policy, the right way of constructing building, especially there is a mountain. So somehow it failed based on that. And money was used. Money was a lot of millions, because that was almost 60 million project.
So I would really love to talk and chat and talk for the whole day, because we have stories, real stories. We once spoke, but you won't remember. We once spoke with Amos, who told me about the background of politics in this institution. But I was very young at that time. But I would really like to know.
Man, I was involved in policies there in TUT, even academic exclusion. 2013, we changed that one that used to be brutal to be accommodative, the one that they're currently using. That's why there's a limited number of of exclusions. Instead, it becomes block. We block that particular subject that gives you a problem. Not necessarily take you out of the system. Continue with this one, but this one you can't.
So I just want to know, what would you say to a person at your age and younger than you?
Be an independent thinker. Read. Familiarize yourself with policies. We don't apply common sense. Where you don't know, consult. Don't think that you know everything. As people, we learn every day. We learn from the elder, we learn from the younger one. We learn by true observation. We learn by engaging like this one. And as a leader, as a young person, you must always be available to be engaged. Don't think that whatever that you are saying is correct. No. We live in a dynamic life right now, or even our country is full of many challenges and needs people with vision. Need people who not gonna be captured, who not report to the pocket of someone. That's why I'm saying that be independent and love your masses, lead to masses, feel their struggle. Don't live isolated, leave your masses behind, and then you think that you are leading them. No. Go the journey with them. That's when you are able to understand their sufferings, their things that are affecting them. Because if you're gonna want to lead isolated, you take them to lions.
True.
Yeah, because now after you have seen things are no longer going the way you plan, you will say, let me also take them there so that as much as equal myself, they tried to throw me in a pool of wolves. But they were surprised when I came back and leading the very same pack. Even today, they are doing the very same thing. Even those that I led with, they are currently doing the same thing. And let me rest assured, I will come with the pack behind me, leading.
I love the passion.
And understand the wolves.
You hold them by scrotum.
Bona, we are leaving no stone unturned. Yeah.
True.
We are not here to enrich ourselves. We have heard that there are people who are dynamic in a society, who are leading in parliament and what who assist students who are saying that why they are not doing it now. Why they are not doing it now? If we are saying that how it does not, because my company is running a zero budget. Yeah, it's a people's campaign. This one, non-funded. It's a people's campaign. Everyone donates because it's a people's thing. We are not saying that, hey Mren, can you, so that tomorrow you want us to scratch your back. No. We have closed tabs for such tendencies, because these are the tendencies that hinder the progress. These are the tendencies that makes us to become gossipers here, and then we fight amongst each other. Then they give us alcohol, we fight each other, they give us drugs. A person who gives you drugs does not want you to see you living a better life, because once you have money, you think that you have enough. Why can't you just donate and go to the office of finance and ask, how many of our students they owe 20,000 each?
Let me just pay.
You pay that 100,000. Don't come with that 100,000 and buy us alcohol and then you leave. What are we saying after? We are saying that you must blame each other when this alcohol is finished. Because now we are no longer thinking, so we are under influence of something, and you influence us, and then, because these days we know what they do. They will say, go to the place of Kawe, provide them with anything that you have. Kawe Muri with serious whiskeys there. And when we are drunk, then you will say, tell me when now there are tips. Remember now, you are no longer thinking sober.
True.
You are under influence now. The men arrive late and want to engage you when you are under influence. What do you do in that moment? You just accept everything. You don't question because alcohol is in front of you, and you think that this alcohol, if it's finished without me being tipsy, and then let me. When the man arrives there, we are out.
No, I love the conversation.
Please.
My name is Lee. What it is isn't what we always be. Life isn't.
Let's go. Hey, this engagement. Hey,
powerful.
I can't mention my price today. Niggas been thinking for ice today. Never been thinking for price today. Let me season me. I cannot think of a screw in these. I make my flame of my reasonings. I'm a bread of my reasonings. Let me season me. I cannot think of a screw in these. I make my flame of my reasonings. I'm a bread of my reasonings. I don't smoke.